welcome to TBTVSport and to the MA Hart Stadium, where today Christchurch hosts Brockenhurst in the Wessex League Premier Division. If you're local to the Bournemouth, Christchurch and Poole area, give Steve at All Clean Waste Management a shout for all your domestic and commercial waste removal needs. So let's get straight in and have a look at the league table. You can see Brockenhurst sitting pretty in second, and Christchurch are now fourth from bottom, having recovered from a terrible early season start. And that form is represented in the current form table. Who would have thought it? Next up from me is Wimborne Town, where they host Truro City in the Southern League Premier South. That will be up pretty soon. But back to today's events, and let's have a look at the starting lineups. Today was my first visit back to the MA Hart since early October, when the game against Portchester got rained off. That was an horrible day for all sorts of reasons, but it was lovely to rock up today, be made to feel very, very welcome, and find the club pretty much back to where it was last season. Long may it continue. Now on to today's officials. I introduce you to Adrian Berry, Daniel Burke and Christopher Shepherd. And for the first time in 2022, these highlights are brought to you by TBTV. I had a feeling in me water that this game was going to be a good one, and it certainly got off to a flyer, with Brad McGookin calling Miles Bartram into action early doors. It's certainly a good job he ain't an inch or so shorter. Just a minute or so later, and Bartram was called into more fingertip action from Kieran O'Donnell's deep cross. Just over 10 minutes in, and Batista tries to get on the end of this long ball. He picks up a bit of pace to try and make up the ground, but is then unable to slam on the brakes and piles into Mayo, much to the consternation of the Brock delegation below me.
He's off, ref! He's off!
The ref weren't listening to that, lets it all simmer down and dishes out a yellow to the striker. This is in danger of becoming Miles Bartram's personal highlights reel, but if he keeps making the saves, I'm going to keep on showing them. This time it's a header from Christy Ward that calls him into action. With Brockenhurst no doubt wondering how the game was still level, the hosts went down the other end and had their first effort on goal. Batista takes advantage of some space on the edge of the box, latches onto the drop down and puts it out of James Mayo's reach. The response from Brockenhurst was instantaneous. I've played this from the kick-off and only missed out a few seconds as we set for the free kick. Christy Ward whips in a free kick which Bartram can only parry out. It falls into the path of Obeng, who makes no mistakes from a couple of yards out.
Finish!
7 or 8 minutes later, and there's a sense of deja vu in the air. This time, however, Walt takes things into his own hands. That's probably as immaculate a finish as you're ever going to see. The closer we got to the halfway point, the more aggy things got. Once the corner eventually comes in, Chris Spears gets his head on it, but unfortunately he's facing in the wrong direction and it hits him on the back of the head. And that was it for meaningful action in the first half. The referee blows up where we go in at half time. Christchurch 1, Brockenhurst 2. Don't forget to keep an eye out for my next batch of highlights. They'll be out in the next couple of days. Into the second half we plunge, and also we fly into a few tackles. And it was from this free kick that Christchurch levelled. Mayo spills Batista's shot, and with Chris Spears deciding to face the right direction and follow it in, Christchurch find themselves level, 2-2. It might have been all square, but that still meant there was 3 points to fight for. Jack Smith beat Bartram to this cross, but couldn't direct his header on target. We just ticked over the hour mark and Batista makes a flick on. Matt Morris shows great pace and composure and applies the finish, which shocks Brockenhurst and puts Christchurch 3-2 up.
Guys, come on! Finish! Get it!
Even the home bench can't quite believe it. And it almost got worse for the Badgers. A poor backheader from Patrick Wilson sets Batista free again, but his cross is unable to find James King in the middle. Clearly feeling aggrieved at some of the referee's decision making, the Brockenhurst contingent were happy with this one. This long ball from Magukin caused a bit of a muddle in the Christchurch defence. Bartram gets his fist to it, but also gets clattered in the side. I don't think there was any intent here, but obviously play had to be stopped. What I like about this next clip is two players just getting on with it. Christ knows what would have happened if the ref had blown up, but as it is, Smith helps King to his feet and they get on with it. More of that please, lads. We were perilously close to the end now, and while Pat McManus prowled his area like a caged animal, Callum Brooks was urging his charges to give him more and see this one over the line. We might have been nearing the full-time whistle, but there was still time for Bartram to claw another one away, this time from Lyle Simpson. Referee Berry caused more consternation amongst the fans with this decision. I'm not quite sure what the decision was or why he made it, but, well, there you go.
You've lost it, Red. You've lost it, Red. You lost it. You lost it.
Brock's final effort came from this O'Donnell cross, which was headed back across his goal by a Christchurch defender. Christy Ward was inches away from making contact with that and grabbing a last-minute equaliser.
Come on, last chance, guys. Come on. Make it count.
A very healthy crowd of 242 watched 5 minutes of injury time before the referee blows up for full time. Many thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed this, please consider giving it a like or dropping me a comment on YouTube. And if you like this, you might like the 2021 review. Go to my website and click the link. I'll be back soon with another batch of highlights. Until then, take care.